Hi everybody, Wendy here. I'm down in my studio today because I'm packaging up some earrings that I just sold on Etsy. And I thought it might be helpful to bring you along with me to show you my packaging that I came up with on my own. So for all of you makers out there that are selling jewelry and you need to come up with an innovative way to package it nicely and you don't want to spend oodles of money out there, I think I've come up with some pretty basic ideas to share with you. So luckily I had already purchased my slot boxes from a company in BC called Slotbox. I got the small ones. And what happened was I listed some jewelry on Etsy, didn't tell anybody about it, and then some started selling. So I had to come up with a quick solution to get these out the door. And I'm going to share I'm going to share that with you today. Okay, so here is my end product so that you'll know what I'm talking about. This is the little slot box. And this is the interior packaging that I came up with. My earrings are all fairly large. That's just the way I like to work, and that's what I like to wear. So I had to make sure that the slot box was going to fit my earrings. And this small one, I'll show you again how they fit in there. Oops, I shook it up a little bit. I think that's a really nice fit, actually, as long as you're only shipping one pair per box. So here is the small slot box. It's brown on one side, white on the other, or I believe you can choose the craft paper brown on both sides, but I wanted white because I like black and white together. So there's the box, and then you just have to fold it up along all these creases. And what I did was I put a sticker on there first before I folded it up. That way it was easier for me to align. Now this sticker is, this one is 4x3. The typical mailing label is 4x6, but I just happened to find some of these when I was out and about one day, and I bought them because I knew they'd come in handy. I have also used a 2-inch sticker, and I tried a few other things. So I liked this. I put all these shapes together in Canva. If you're not familiar with Canva and you need to play around with some shapes, some graphics, edit some photos, put some text on a photo, Canva is the place to be. They have a free version, which I haven't used in years. I've had the paid version for a while, and I couldn't live without it. It is one thing that I would pay triple for, but please don't tell Canva that. One thing, I just couldn't operate without Canva. So what I did, I'm jumping all over here and I do apologize. So I made a design, which was this one in Canva. I put my jewelry name in there, and I thought that I might use this instead of tissue inside the box and fold it around just an earring card. But I found I didn't really like that. Maybe if it was printed on more of a tissue paper, I would like it more. And I would also just have this once and make sure that it lined up in this, like in the center when the box was open. So I might go back to that if I can find some different paper. What I did also is I tried to make an all-over design in Canva. And as you can see, it's not perfect here, but I thought, oh, nobody's going to notice. And then I was going to cut this sheet into 3 strips to have it fit inside the box. But I just found that the scale was too large. So then I went on to my next idea, which was printing onto the stickers. And I love printing on these 2-inch stickers. So, my packaging. So, I happen to have this 1-inch punch, and that's what I use to make a little finger space on the edge of the cards here, and also on the top of the earring cards. so that they could easily be picked up. You didn't have to fuss with them. Some of you may have seen that I offer custom name stamps, which have evolved a little bit over time. I also offer logos as well. So what you get there, let me open the pack, is a strip of your name or your business name, your initials, things like that. You get a strip, or if you choose, I offer bigger strips now that can incorporate a large logo. So that aside, I wanted to talk about this. So this is my little name stamp, Wendy Weaver Orlowski. And I had this glass tile. I had a box of them lying around, and they're great for, making lentil beads because you can see through them. But I've learned they're also great for mounting your stamps on. You just need a little piece of double-sided tape, and this works perfectly because it's about the same size as the earring card. I've used this Ranger archival ink for my stamp here, and then once I've carefully just inked that part up, I then line it up over this and very carefully just push on the center, and I'm able to do this. So now this has my logo, so it's branded now. And then to figure out where the earrings go, since mine are quite large, I sacrificed this other card, and I tried a few different places and then decided, oh, I like the holes there. It just makes sense to me. So then what I did was I would just take this template, put it over top of this, and then use a sharp sewing needle to poke the holes. And it's very easy, takes no time at all. And I like to do things in batches. So I stood here last night and did a whole bunch of my name, and then I'm going to poke the holes. The paper I used was this watercolor paper. It's a great big pad of Canson watercolor paper that's 11 by 15. Cold press, durable surface. It has a nice bit of texture. And I was able to get, I think, 4 of these out of one piece. So what I did was I just had to figure out these interior measurements. And then I went a little bit smaller than that because I wanted my card to be able to fit in there easily without getting in the way of the flaps when it was time to close it. So there's a little bit of room all around the edges. So once I figured out the size of the strip I needed, so just picture this is a whole sheet. I marked my lines for cutting, I guess this is the height, right? If you're opening up the box. And then before I cut these apart, I measured with my ruler these little score lines. And I took a sharp knife and very lightly went down the whole entire length of the sheet, scored all of them, and then I cut them all out. And then it was very easy to take this 1-inch punch and just put it on the edge. I did it upside down. I had a ruler here, and I knew where the center of the card was, and I just put a tiny little pencil mark, and then that told me that I should center my little pencil mark, and I just eyeballed it and then punched the little finger space. So I think that's all I needed to tell you. I told you about Canva, told you about my thermal printer. Like, these are so customizable. You can't go wrong. I mean, and these 2-inch circles are available everywhere online. So anyway, I hope I helped you figure out some packaging, even if it's just a temporary solution until you can find, packaging that, you might want to pay a lot of money for, depending on the price point of what you're selling. So, if your earrings aren't $150 a pair, if they're more like $20 a pair, you probably don't want to go to too much expense. I mean, you might have to put in more time than money if you're just starting out. So I hope you found this helpful. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm more than willing to share. And you know, this can also evolve over time. I might choose to put a sticker on the inside, or, you know, I didn't really want it to be too heavy like in advertising or anything. So there's nothing on the back of the earring card. And people probably aren't going to keep the box, but who knows, right? So anyway, that's my idea. And yeah, like I said, if you have any questions, just shout them out and I will be happy to answer them.